Hello everyone, this is Source Codex, aka Jazz Fusion Guy, and I'm going to give a quick heads up how-to video of how to set up automation panning on a track. We'll get to that later. The program I'm using is Cubase LE4. It came with an old pedal I bought over a decade ago, but I still use it because it's a great program. Okay, my audio interface is Focusrite 212 Sapphire, I believe it is, and highly recommend them. My monitors are good old KRK Rocket 5s, and I used headphones during the mastering. These guys I highly recommend. Sony MDR-V6. The ear pads on these older ones, they go bad, so you can just buy new pads. They're easily found online, and you're good to go. So I've got this piece set on loop, and what I did was I duplicated the chordal progression with the pitchfork pedal, and an old trick, it's called the Haas effect. I took these two tracks and I panned them left to right. The subject of this video is going to be how do you set up essentially a live panning of this lead guitar track without using auto pan, which doesn't give you the freedom of setting up an automated pan. I've had this program, like I said, for over a decade, and I just figured out yesterday how to do live panning. Before I went with a DAW, a digital audio workstation on my PC, I used to use a good old TASCAM DP-01FX. And when you did the mastering and mixdown for your master file, you were able to select a track and do live panning. Well, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how do I do it in Cubase. And as happens many times, you read the manual. So I read the manual probably 6 times before I finally figured out what Steinberg and whoever wrote the manual were trying to say when it comes to setting up a special type of panning for a track. All right, we'll get to that later. I thought I'd mention what pedals I used during the creation of this video. Electro Harmonics Pitchfork is where you hear the chordal progression coming from. This is a wonderful pedal, just excellent. And an oldie but goodie, the Zoom G2.1 NU. I'm using setting 23 with the slap back delay. I've got the delay just tweaked up a bit, and that's where the lead tone is coming from. And what am I playing through? Fender Thinline, made in New Mexico, Telecaster. Okay, I promised that this video would show you how to sort of do a faux live panning on a track. It's via a process I just discovered yesterday called automation. So the track that I want to do the panning to is this one, lead guitar for panning test. And what you do is you click over here. There's a hidden little thing. That's why I didn't know it was there until you scroll over it. And it is the automation area. So when you click on that, down comes a descriptor of what's going on as far as this track, whatever you want to automate. Now, the thing I found out that you need to do is after you select, and let me give you an idea of all the different things that show up on Cubase that you can automate and more. But I don't care about all those. What I care about is the automation. So I'm going to click Panner left and right. And you also have to click read and write on the track. Now, right now, the track is set for center channel, but I don't want that. I want to have a situation where the lead guitar pans left and right through various parts of this little song I've created on the fly called Sadness. Okay, when you click on the center, voila, here is a left and right selection. And when you look across the track, you see a green line throughout the whole track. Now, when your track is playing, you can begin your left and right panning. So, I'm going to let it start in the center. And slowly take it up to what is the left channel. And you can see that black line up in the left channel above the center. Now I'm going to bring it back down slowly. And now it's back all right channel. All right, we're going to leave the actual control and look at the channel as I go back to center. You can see it's tracking back to center. And here we are back at center. We'll let it stay there a while. Now I'm going to go back to left. And then back to right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And then a wiggle. as the song ends. And there you have it. Now your track is automated, so to speak, for panning. And I'm going to hit stop to stop. And I'm going to cut off the looping. And now I'm going to save this under a different name. Save as. I won't mess with that, letting you see what I'm saving it as. I'm saving it as with pan. And there we have it. I spelled automation wrong on some of my other previous settings. Oh well. So, if you want to hide your automation area, you just click on that. Automation goes away. And now it is saved. I'm going to crank up the volume on this a little bit and see if I can detect. Actually, the volume is going to be pretty loud. And I'm going to see if I can detect the panning going on that I did while the chordal progression was beginning. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. We're going to the left side. We're on the left. Still on the left side. Now we're on the right hand side. Back to center. Back to the left. Going right, left. Nice phasing back and right. So, that worked. I didn't have a knob to turn. I didn't have anything physical that I could touch in my DAW. No touch screen, on screen, whatnot at all. But, like we saw, and we can zoom in on, you want to do panning throughout the song, you open up automation, read, write. It's that center channel now. You want to start moving it around, this pops up. And here is where you can do your panning, right here with this control. And you do it while the track is playing. Make sure it's not record enabled or you'll erase your work. Oh, now we're going to go and turn this off, and it's back to center. And here's the pattern of your panning. Here's the track up above. You can't even see that it's going left to right. But here is the here's the record of your panning. Left channel starts out center, left, crosses over to right, right for a while, back up to center for a while, then not full left and not full right, but just kind of a wiggle waggle, and then it gets really, really wiggly back and forth before it goes back to center. Okay, folks, that's how you faux live pan your track. In other recording devices, be it a Zoom or a TASCAM or Boss or whatever, you've got a button that you can twiddle back and forth, and you have your panning done while you're doing a mix down to a master file. In a DAW, like we have here, when you save your project, that's basically your master file. And when you're happy with it, then you export it to a WAV file. And then all of your various tracks are placed in whatever place that you have them on the listening field, whether it's left, right, center, or left, right, various panning like we've got here. So, just for giggles, I'm going to start this piece back over and play it again. And if you've got stereo headphones or a nice stereo system that you're watching YouTube through, maybe you can hear the separation. All right, let's go ahead and start the song. I can crank it up a little bit. You can actually see it moving around here, the panning. Very cool. You know, there was a little bit of glitch right around 1 minute and 5 seconds. It's like everything sort of dropped out and then popped right back in again. I don't know what happened, but I know that when I finished the lead part of this piece, Cubase gave me an error message and said, "Terrible error. Save now. Exit program. Go back in." So maybe something weird happened then, but I don't really care that much about that, because this was just something I created to demonstrate how to do live panning of a track while a song is on. And I'm sure that you could add more tracks and do more panning and just have Pan City going on. But I just wanted to do it on one track. Now, you know, a lot of people don't listen that much for the panning effect going on in music. But I remember my first sense of panning when I listened to Cream on Wheels of Fire, and I listened to White Room. Great song. Well, during the solo, there are two solo lines by Eric Clapton. One begins in the right channel, the other begins at the same time in the left, and they crisscrossed, moving left to right, right to left. So you had this headspace panning thing that I will never forget, and I thought, that is so awesome. The other band that was really big about separation and things happening way in the left field or way in the right field of the headspace was Pink Floyd. You'd hear, you know, dogs barking off in the distance in the left channel, or like on the wall, a helicopter coming in from another channel. Just amazing way to experience music through headphones. Now, you just don't hear it that much anymore. I guess it was something really cool to do in the 60s and 70s, but now, especially like with a lot of metal music, you look at the WAV file on that thing and it is cranked out to the top. The whole image of the waveform, you know, here you've got fat, thin, fat, whatever, but in a lot of music, it's all fat. It's all cranked up all the way through. And it just, you know, maybe people think that sounds great, but it's not really musical as much as it is noise. So that's just my quick opinion, my quick throw out. The last band that nobody's ever heard of, which did a lot of panning in their very last release, was a band called Whoop-Nash, with John Erickson on guitar, playing like Alan Holdsworth on steroids, and their very last release was called Lack of Education. They are long gone now, but when you listen to that release, you get all these wonderful left-right panning things going on, and a lot of dynamics, and that's what makes for a great recording. Well, I blabbed long enough. I hope that if someone has got a DAW somewhere, whether it's Cubase or Pro Tools or Appleton or all the other stuff out there, if they don't know how to do live panning, read your manual, look for what maybe is called automation. So here we go. One last time, and I'll be quiet and let you hear this song called Sadness one last time, and I'm going to crank it up. That was fun. Sorry about my speakers crackling. They couldn't handle it.